Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. Got myself a new do. Kind of digging it. Feeling a little sassy. Sassy-assy. Oh, can't say that on camera. Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. My name is EdieAnne. It is 1 year. 1 year since I've had my surgery. That's insane. I cannot believe that it has gone by so fast, but I need to share some stuff with you. I need to share with you the things that I have learned, the things that I wish I had known, the things that I want to tell you about it. Yeah, 1 year. Can you believe that? Crazy. So I'm on my way to New Hampshire, and then tomorrow we're flying out to Florida. My sister and I are going to see my mother, and then the three of us are going to go see my aunt, who is the last sibling of my father's that's alive. So we're going to go see her. She's 90. I think she's 92. I don't know if she is or not. Yeah, I got my hair done. I like it. I like it a lot. Super easy. I think I'm going to try to let my hair grow, and this is going to be an easy way for me to do that because this will all grow and then this will grow in after, but I can hide it with whatever has grown over it. So that's pretty cool because I hate that doggy stage. So 1 year Surgiversary. I think the most important thing that I want to share, and I'm going to share it right at the beginning, so if you guys decide to pop off the video and not watch the rest of it, then you'll at least have gotten what I feel is the most important part. I feel that your setup, the way that you know, the first 6 months after surgery is kind of a no-brainer. You're going to lose weight, your stomach is smaller, you're not as hungry. It's that boost that we've all needed because we've tried every diet in the book and it just hasn't worked. And so the surgery gives you that kick, that boost that you need to get started. But after 6 months, between 6 and 9 months, you're going to start realizing that if you don't set your mind in a place of it being a new lifestyle versus a diet, you're going to find that you get in trouble. And that's because the sensation of wanting to eat comes back, your stomach gets a little bit bigger, more tolerant of things. You are going to probably allow yourself to be exposed to habits that you had before surgery. But here's the kicker. If you allow yourself to get back into the habits that you had before surgery, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going to gain all of your weight back. And I'm saying that candidly because that's just the way that it is. So many times I see people, and this was one of the fears of getting surgery in the first place because I thought it was kind of inevitable until I realized that it wasn't. When I was researching it, there was so many people that I was seeing that had surgery, they'd done really well, and then all of a sudden they gained all their weight back. And I was like, what is going on? Is this surgery just not worth it? I mean, if I'm going to get all my weight back, I'm only going to get 1 year's worth of being healthy, then is it worth it? Well, first of all, 1 year of health compared to continually going downhill, to me is worth it. But it is a pretty drastic surgery, and you have to have a lot of courage to decide to do it. So if you're going to invest that much time, effort, money, probably conscious effort, then why not make it a lifelong thing? It can be, and that's the key, right? It can be a lifelong thing. So it's up to us to really hone in on that. And the best time to do that is in the first year, because your bad habits are going to start coming back, and you're going to have to make the choices as to whether to implement them back into your life or to reject them. So I'm here to tell you that this first year has been instrumental to how my success is going to play out from here on out. Now, another mile marker that I hear about often is 2 years. And at 2 years, they say that you could potentially be eating the same amounts that you were eating prior to surgery because your stomach will stretch. know how much I believe of that. Also, I do believe that it's different by the type of surgery you've had. A sleeve leaves you a bit more stomach. RNY or gastric bypass doesn't leave you very much stomach at all. And here's the irony, and you guys will have to decide on which surgery you want to have yourself. But for me, gastric bypass, they kept saying that was more intrusive. And I actually felt like it was less intrusive because nothing is being removed from your body. When you do a sleeve, the sleeve actually, lots of bumps. The sleeve actually cuts off the exterior of your stomach and removes it out of your body and leaves you with a banana-shaped stomach. Gastric bypass, all of your pieces stay in there. You're just bypassing or rerouting how the digestion goes. So I don't know. I don't know that one is less intrusive than the other, to be honest with you. I think it's based on personal preference. And for me, I had severe GERD, and you can get rid of GERD 100% with gastric bypass. With sleeve, you can't, because you're still connected to the acid producing in your stomach, and it goes up into your esophagus, which is what backs up, and that's what causes GERD. Well, with gastric bypass, you no longer are connected to the acid in your stomach to your esophagus. The acid will reconnect and reconvene down at the bottom in your intestines as the food is coming through, but you're bypassing that piece of it. So you don't have that anymore. So it's just really important for you to get your habits in place that first year while those temptations are not as strong and while your stomach is smaller. You know, so if that means that you're not drinking alcohol anymore, then you're not drinking alcohol anymore. It's just something that you've changed in your life. If you're not eating bread anymore, then you're not eating bread anymore. You know, I've often said that you can't tell a cocaine addict to do cocaine in moderation and that it'll be okay. You can't, because a cocaine addict will not know what moderation is, because it's an addict. It's an addict's mindset. It's the same with alcohol. You can't tell an alcoholic that they can have alcohol in moderation, because it just can't happen for them. They're not wired that way. If you are a food addict, you cannot tell a food addict that they can have sugar or junk food or greasy food or bad food in moderation. They're going to want more. It's an addict's mindset. So it really becomes a day-to-day, moment-to-moment, conscious effort to make the correct choices for you. I mean, ultimately, that's what I've been dealing with every day. I'm not going to say that after the 6 months it was an easy ride. The first 6 months might have been, but after that, this has been a lot of work. Has it been worth it? Yeah. Yeah, it's been so worth it. But it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of decision making, of choice making, of exercising, of activity, of energy level increase, of water increase. No longer drink. I mean, I do not drink soda. I don't drink any fizzy pop at all anymore. Fizz is not part of my vocabulary. Very, very infrequently have I, and I could probably count on one hand how many times I've actually had real juice, like orange juice or apple juice. Primarily what I drink is my water with my Crystal Light. Water with Crystal Light, because Crystal Light is calorie free. And I can't drink water alone because it makes me gag. And I don't know that I'm alone with that, because I think there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way. But if you can drink water by itself, by all means do that, because that's just much better, right? But I get my water by adding Crystal Light to it. There's tons of flavor enhancers. There's Mio, I don't know how it goes. There is Stur, S-T-U-R. There's the Crystal Light. There's a lot of 0-calorie liquid enhancers out there. So if you have a hard time drinking water, then you should be grabbing those. Okay. So I think for me, you know, and it's been so worth it, because people come to me and ask me about my surgery all the time. People come to me and ask me, Edie, how did you lose all your weight? You look fantastic. I don't shy away from telling people. I don't. And the reason that I don't is because I feel, one, I never want to be a hypocrite. Two, I never want them to feel that it's something that they can obtain in the same way that I did without surgery, because obviously that's not the case. I got surgery to help me lose weight and to make me healthier so that I could feel better and live longer. So here are some, you know, there's a lot of what we call non-scale victories, and I want to share some of those with you guys. So it is one thing to be, I'm 141.5 pounds right now. I'm at my goal. I'm actually 3 pounds less than my goal. So I'm in maintenance. I'm not trying to lose anymore. That's one thing. And that's, you know, something that we can gauge and something that we can look at and monitor. But the non-scale victories to me are some of the more important things, because it adds value to my life and how I live it and how I feel and what I can do. To me, that's much more important than what's on the scale. So, do they correlate with each other? Yeah, they do, obviously, because the weight loss is what's helped me to have these non-scale victories. So, one of the biggest ones for me is that I have eliminated 7 out of the 8 medicines that I used to take. I used to take 8 medicines every day, and I'm down to 1. I used to take medicine for my arthritis, for the pain. I used to take medicine for my migraines. I used to take medicine for tremors. I used to take a blood thinner. I used to take blood pressure medicine for my heart. I used to take Nexium for my GERD. And I think that's it. Plus my Synthroid, which is for my thyroid. I still take that one. That's the only one that I take, and the rest of them are all gone. So what does that mean? That means that I no longer have diabetes. Oh, my diabetes medicine. I no longer have diabetes. My heart issues are no longer. I don't have tremors anymore. I don't have migraines anymore. My arthritis pain is gone. I still have bone on bone, but it doesn't hurt. Every once in a while it does, but nothing like it used to. Not worthy of taking medicine every day for it. It's incredible to me to feel the way that I feel in the short amount of time that it took me to get here. A year might seem like a long time for you guys, but can I just tell you, it flew by, like literally flew by. And I'm living life better. There's no way that I would have been able to help my daughter with the twins if I hadn't had this procedure, if I had not allowed myself to go down this road to live a better life. I wouldn't have been able to help her. She lives on a split level house. You either go up or down stairs all the time. Wouldn't have happened. Our trip to New Zealand, I would never have been able to enjoy it the way that I enjoyed it this year. That was insane, the difference between, and I feel sad because I feel like I gypped myself. Because when we went to South Africa, I was at pretty much my heaviest. Luckily, most of it was safari and we were sitting down in a Jeep. But if we had had to hike or do anything like that, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. I would have gypped myself of experiencing something that I'll probably never experience again. But in New Zealand, I got to experience it all. Climbing on rocks and hiking and walking and going up and down multiple stairs to get up from the lake to our room. I mean, there's just no way that I would have been able to do that. My mood is better. A lot better. I mean, when you're healthy, when you're sick, it's so hard to be happy. I forced it a lot because I felt that that was the only way that was going to get me through. And I was right. I was right. It was the only way that got me through. Without slumping into deep, deep depression. Because I was depressed. Another non-scale victory has been that and it's funny because before I had the surgery, I wrote down a list of things that I wanted to be able to do again or do. And one of them, I know this sounds silly, but if you're following me on Facebook, then you saw it. I wanted my husband to be able to pick me up. I wanted him to be able to pick me up. That was something that I've always wanted. And as a woman, you probably understand where I'm coming from. And he did it the other day. Matter of fact, he arm curled me. He had me in his arms and he arm curled me. And I was like, what is happening? I laughed for like 3 hours. Like 3 hours. If you see the video, you'll see how much I was laughing. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Non-scale victories. Just knowing that I'm going to live longer. I no longer drink Diet Pepsi. Non-scale victory. I do not smoke. Non-scale victory. I can do more around the house. Non-scale victory. I'm going to be able to do more with the dogs once snow is all gone. And I want to go hiking in the woods. I'm going to be able to do that. Non-scale victory. I just feel there's so many things that have blessed my life because of this surgery that I'm no longer living every day fighting to live. I'm living every day fighting to experience, to live, to actually live. You know, I go back to this because I feel like the path I was on, I was dying. Like, I don't know how slowly or how fast. I know we're all dying. Don't go there, because I know that. But I was dying quicker than I needed to be. My dad died when he was 56 years old. I turned 49 on Monday. And on the 29th of April. Mortality was in my face. Because I had all the things that my father had. All of them. All of them. Now, granted, nowadays, we might have some better medical advances that would have kept me alive a little bit longer, but what kind of life would I have had? I get emotional about that because that piece of it is what drew me into having the surgery in the first place. I was so scared that I was going to leave this earth and not get to experience life with my kids as adults, with their kids as my grandchildren, and with my husband, whom I've only been with him for, 12 years, 11 years. I want to experience life with him much longer than that. If you're considering this surgery, understand that it's a life change. This is not a diet. This is not a fad. You're choosing to do this because you want to live. I know that's what I wanted. So, happy 1 year Surgiversary to me. I'm just feeling very grateful today. Feeling grateful. I hope you all have an amazing day. I hope that you all find these videos to be, maybe an inspiration of sorts. If you're not considering weight loss surgery, but you're on your own journey and this speaks to you, then I'm glad. If you are on a weight loss journey and you're thinking of surgery and you have questions, by all means, reach out. Do not hesitate to ask me questions. I am an open book. I will share anything and everything with you when it comes to that. Okay? All right, everyone, have an amazing day.